It's looking statistically like there's a good chance that the general election matchup, the most likely outcome is going to be Donald Trump on the right and Hillary Clinton on the left. That's what it looks like at this point. And so if that is the case, we want to give you a preview of what one day in the news in that general election might look like. And you're going to see it first. We're going to have Donald Trump attacking Hillary Clinton for being offensive to Native Americans.
You know, remember, I have a lot of experience dealing with men who sometimes get off the reservation and the way they behave and how they speak.
Here is Trump responding to what she said. We're going to jump to video 14.
She has been taking a lot of heat for that statement, not from you, obviously, but, you know, they do call it the Clinton Network. But she has taken from others a lot of heat having to do with that statement. And I think it's a very harsh statement. It's basically, you know, like, I can handle men. Don't worry about me. I can handle men. I won't even bring up the fact that the Indians have gone wild on that statement. You know that, okay? The Indians have said that that statement is a disastrous statement, and they want a retraction.
You just called them Indians, like,
and said they'd go wild. I love it.
I can't deal with either one of them, to be honest with you. I can't deal with either one of them. Look, I don't think she meant to make a pun when she said off the reservation.
No, that's an expression people use.
It is an expression.
Which might be offensive.
That is an offensive expression people use. You can't, that's like saying mighty white of you. You can't say that.
I hadn't heard
Mighty
that.
white of you is offensive?
I don't know that expression.
I'm just kidding. I've never even heard that expression, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You should hang out with more racists.
We're working on it.
But look, Hillary's, I didn't know that had racist connotations. I really didn't. So that's why my reaction was not that big of a deal to her. But to him, like, you're calling them Indians. Like, how ignorant can you possibly be? It's kind of incredible.
Well, also, and then I realize this is the exact sort of thing that only for some reason bothers me. But he said, and I won't even bring up the fact that the Indians hate the comment. You just brought it up, you asshole. That's what you were doing there. You don't get credit for not bringing it up when all you're doing is bringing it up. So look, that's the one half, but I said this is a day in the news. And so in her being offensive by saying off the reservation, he then goes and says this, talking about our trade policy. We can't continue to allow China to rape our country. And that's what we're doing. We're going to turn it around, and we have the cards. Don't forget it. We have a lot of power with China, who is currently raping our country.
Well, at least he didn't say the Native Americans were rapists. I guess that's good.
That's sort of, yeah.
This is like, come on. You don't think a Trump presidency would be hilarious? Come on.
No,
it would be
everybody's so
fun to cover in some ways, but depressing. It would be fundamentally depressing, which would hurt the comedic part of it.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right about that. But this is hilarious because he's not going to be president. That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
And if you really don't want Trump to be president, I say vote Bernie Sanders. But that's not what this story is about. What are we talking about?
Oh, I still think as many people as possible should vote for Bernie Sanders, including in Indiana tomorrow, where he's in a statistical tie with likely voters. There's one other part from Hillary Clinton's comments, which I want to circle back around to because JR pulled this out. I didn't realize why at first, but it's actually very funny. So, Jesus, if you could play video 13, here is the true offensive thing that Hillary Clinton said.
I'm not going to deal with their temper tantrums or their bullying or their efforts to try to provoke me. He can say whatever he wants to say about me. I could really care less. I could really care less.
So,
Oh, JR.
that's a little dramatic, JR.
A little bit. Or could care less forever.
That's a pretty common mistake people
Oh,
make.
no kidding.
And I think it's because they hear other people saying it and they think, oh, that must be the right way to say it. But just stop and think about what you're saying before you say it. I could care less means you kind of care a little bit, you know? And there's a possibility that you could care less. I could not care less is the proper one.
Means I'm at the bottom of my caring
It's
right
impossible for me to care less than I do right now.
Yeah, there are things like soda or pop, where like you can make a case for either one. There's no case to be made here.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less is the only one that makes sense.
Unless she cares to some degree. And that's
And she's
what
just
she was
being
trying to
honest.
say. Yeah, it's like, I could care less. I care a little bit.
Here she is being an honest politician, and we're giving her crap about it.
Oh. She's like, it kind of bugs me. I could care less. It really does. It gets under my skin. I could care less.